Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Hello, Mrs. Farmer.
Mr. Farmer, how are you doing?
We're outdoors tonight.
Yes, we are. It's nice out.
And we're not completely soaked in sweat.
No, we're not. It's nice.
It's a good thing.
Nice tonight.
What do you see laying in front of us? Oh, wait, that's a half a chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Now, a lot of times if you go to a restaurant, say you want a half a smoked chicken.
Right.
You can't beat it, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
so how do you easily split this chicken? Well, if you got two arms, it'd be pretty easy. So this is going to be a three-armed operation.
Okay, I will help you.
If you'll help me.
I will assist.
This is what we did a few minutes ago. Now you see what you've got is the backbone and the neck and a little bit of fat here. What are you going to do with that, Mrs. Farmer?
We're going to boil that up first.
Stock. Yes. You can boil that up with some onions, some carrots, whatever you want to pop in there. Celery, a little bit of salt, and a little bit of pepper, and what happens? You have some beautiful, wonderful stock.
Yes, you do.
And we don't want to waste anything. So how do you get your half chicken? It's very simple. What are you going to look for? You're going to look for the neck. See where the neck goes down through? And see, you can feel that backbone all the way down to the tail. And you can kind of see that. So what you're going to do, if you dig in here, you can find that you can cut right alongside that backbone. You need a good, heavy, sharp knife. Right. And we're going to cut down all the way down the neck, all the way down to the tail on both sides. And this is the three-armed method. Thank you, Nikki. And you can actually see, if you hold that up, you can actually see where the backbone is. So Mrs. Farmer, if you'll hold that up real good and stout right there, and I'm going to try not to take any fingers with me. Okay, now we remove that for the stock, and you're going to find that center goes right down through here. Now, you know that gristly, plastic-looking breastbone they have?
Yeah.
You're just going to split that right down the middle.
Right.
Go dead center, and again, you need a good sharp knife to do this. Mrs. Farmer, even though with three hands, we finally got it done.
We got it. We did it.
We got it done. So does that not look professional?
It does look professional.
Tonight, we're really flying by the seat of our pants. I want to try a couple things. We went to a restaurant the other day.
Right.
Which we like to do.
We do.
For a new idea. And they had a lettuce wrap.
You're being healthy. Low carb, so lettuce wrap.
Well,
kind of.
Yeah,
well.
not last night.
Yeah, that was delicious.
We're gonna work on that tonight. I got the seasoning in my head. We're gonna do it. This is my dry rub. It's easy to make dry rubs, and it's fun to experiment till you get something just like you like it. I'm gonna very liberally take two of these. Two of these chickens are gonna make us something yummy. The other two, I'm gonna take and I'm gonna marinate them in some teriyaki. But we're gonna put this on for an hour and a half at 350. All right, we're gonna check it when that internal temperature gets up there. This show tonight is a little different. As it unfolds, you're going to see us actually trying something for the first time. A couple things I wanted to see on the noodle part of this. Now what we're going to do again is the lettuce wrap. And there's some good noodles, but you look up rice noodles. Carb-wise, 47 grams of carbs.
I saw some for 60.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Now this is an experiment and it looks like it worked out well. Shirataki, it's like a tofu spaghetti. It's made out of yam flour, okay? This low-carb tofu spaghetti.
It was in the refrigerator section by the tofu.
It was by the tofu.
It was like, wow, what are these?
You know what, I want to try this. I'm going to take a little sesame oil. If you look on the package, it says that it absorbs the flavor of anything you put in it. Now, you need to drain it because it has a little smell.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible though.
It wasn't terrible. So I'm just going to turn these over and brown these. They shrink up.
They taste good. I snuck one. They're really good.
I'm telling you what, you can make almost anything, and ingredients can be found in almost any store.
Right.
So we just went to our local Kroger's.
Yeah.
We found everything we needed. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some chicken from the half chicken we made the other day. There's almost always leftovers. 'Cause
Right.
That's
Always
a
love it.
lot
You
of
made
chicken.
a lot. Yeah, you make a lot
Yeah,
of
a
chicken.
whole lot. So this is an experimental batch, so I'm going to do just enough for a couple wraps. And if it works, and I think it will,
That'd be a fun party, wouldn't it?
we can
Wrap party.
boost this recipe way up. It's going to absorb the flavor of the sesame oil. It smells good in here, doesn't
It
it?
does. I'm starving too.
I'm going to also add just some toasted sesame seeds to this
Yummy.
for a little flavor and a little texture. This was absolutely not in any recipe that I've seen. This was. I said, let's get some tofu, and you said, what's this? You held this up. I'm like, whoa!
Yeah.
Let's look and see what's in it. Don't get in a rut. All right, I'm going to get these next couple noodles done.
Okay.
Set these aside. I really like the way we're going here.
I'm excited. I'm
I
hungry.
really like it. You know what's going on around the farm? You're excited.
I am excited.
I'm excited. We have the movable fence, which is great for certain
Right.
things.
It's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work,
Right.
and some negative things. Obviously, if you go away and it rains, it's liable to come down. When you have
Right.
lambs, they can get loose, and it's still great for working up animals,
Right.
so on and so forth. And we're having some permanent fence put in.
Yay.
Have you ever seen that done?
No, I have not seen
All
it
right.
done, but I'm excited.
People are curious about things that happen like this around the farm, like building a
Right.
fence, building a smokehouse. What's the most important part of building a fence, would you say?
I don't know.
You think about the bracing part.
Okay.
Where
Bracing it.
all that tension, you have to have two posts in the ground, and you have to have some sort of structure that really firms everything up. Let's let Scott, who's building our fence right now, tell us about what's the most important part of fence building. And then when we're done with the whole thing, we'll show you the fence all the way around.
Yay.
Happy animals.
Yes.
Scott Harn is back. Now, this is what you do for a living.
It
you
is.
build fence. And that's a pretty mighty task. I mean, you deal with a lot of things. First of all, if you look around my farm, I have a few rocks, don't I?
You do.
Now, what do you call this type of fence that I'm putting up? For those who've never seen this process done.
Well, this is a high tensile woven wire,
Gotcha.
and it's a 940-96. And if you ever need to see those numbers, the 9 is the horizontal strands, the 49 represents the height of the fence, the 6 represents your vertical stays.
Gotcha.
So they're 6 inches apart.
Now, for years I've had the movable fence, which is great for certain things.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, if you're gone for several days and it rains and the ground's kind of wet or dry and back and forth, I need something a little more solid. I need to
Right.
know if I'm going away for a couple of days, and they can do well themselves, but I need to know that they can stay inside of that fence.
Mm-hmm.
That'll give me comfort, give them comfort. So this is great. I mean, they're going to increase their area by almost double.
Right.
Anybody can drive a post, especially if you got a post driver.
Right.
But the most important thing about building a fence, I mean, you got to keep a line, you got to know where you're going, and so on and so forth. But the most important thing is what?
The brace assembly.
The brace assembly. What does that do, and how often do you have to set one of these brace assemblies up?
Well, with this high tensile woven wire, we can go 1,500 feet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But this is
That's what it all
that's the
hinges
nuts
on.
and bolts right here.
Right.
So what does it consist of? Again, we've been out here and you've got the corners set, you kind of know where you're going. What does it take to do this brace assembly?
Well, first you need to post in the ground.
Gotcha.
And so we got some depth in the ground to hold the assembly. Next, you want your brace pole to be 2 to 2.5 times the height of your wire. I'm gonna put this pole in, I've already cut it, and you'll notice I put some angles on it. This post is a little lower than the other post, so we want it to fit. And then drive a steeple down there at the ground. That's called the terminal post, the one behind you. This will be your brace post. There's going to be a pin over there. I'm going to drive that pin in, slide the pole up over the pin. Then I'm going to put a pin in here. I'll drill the hole, put the pin in, and I'm going to figure 8 this twitch wire. We're using a 12.5 gauge high tensile wire for our twitch. A lot of folks use a 9 gauge. This is a third again stronger than the 9 gauge twitch wire. And I'm gonna tension it up. you'll see me do some fancy little wraps that's I'm gonna share with your viewers, but it's kind of my trademark.
So this is, again, the most important part of this whole process.
It is, yeah, it is. My brace assembly can hold about 6,000 pounds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
I just got to tell you, I think you got a pretty cool job.
I do.
This is, I mean, you're your own boss.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I mean, you have to go here and you got to go there, and whoever you're working for technically is your boss. But
Sure.
this is your thing.
It is, yeah.
How did you get involved in such a skill?
Well, I've always enjoyed fencing, and about 10 years ago I started doing it, I guess, to keep from starving. So it just kind of developed. And
Now, this is a small job. I mean, this is a couple acres. What's the biggest job you've ever done? How
35,000 feet
35,000
on one
feet.
farm. Yeah.
Wow. How long did that take you?
A month and a half, 2 months, yeah.
Well, I tell you what, you do good work, and we're just kind of following the farm, showing people what happens, and we're expanding the field for the girls. You know, they're getting up there a few years, so a couple more lambing seasons, and then we're going to retire them.
Okay.
They're just going to be big pets. But we got a ram coming, right?
Right.
Because we
Yeah.
need some more.
That's right.
We need some more lamb. You do good work, man. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Noodles were a success.
Yay.
Low carb. It tastes like sesame oil. Duh. Can't beat that.
Really
So
good.
tell you what we're going to do here. Using leftover chicken here is not a bad idea.
Good idea.
It's already done. You don't have to cook that. So let's take, in our skillet, let's go ahead and put about 1/3 of a cup of sweet chili sauce, which you can
Yummy.
buy anywhere.
Yep.
Let's take a heaping tablespoon of peanut butter. I'm going to make me a little spot right here, Nikki. If you put my ginger right in here.
Right there.
I'll let that cook up just a
Yum.
little bit. You know what? Let's bring a little bit of heat in.
Okay.
Hand me that chili paste over there. We're going to put just a
Pour a
tad of
little?
this in. Put about 1/2 teaspoon of that. And I'm going to come back with some soy. And about a tablespoon of that. Bring me a little bit of green onion in here.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get a little saucepan. Let's transfer that into there.
All right.
Now, I was just kind of using this pan because I'd already dirtied it up, and I wanted to get that,
Flavor.
good sesame oil out of there. I'm going to move this back here. Let's add the chicken. Get it all nice and acquainted. And I'll tell you what let's do. Let's take about 1/2 of those green onions and go ahead and
Okay.
put it in here. Just like that. So what we're doing is we're making our filling
Yum.
for our lettuce. So we put this in here, and that's about all we need, Mrs. Farm. I'm just gonna let that simmer there, maybe put just a little more soy in there. Just let it simmer on low. Put a few more toasted sesame seeds in here. Now, Mrs. Farmer, if you will, let's take some carrots,
Okay.
get a little julienne cutter there. Now, one more thing on the plate is called cucumber sunomuno. I looked it up.
Okay.
And use rice wine vinegar, about 1/6 of a cup.
And you already cut these.
Yeah, I already
nice
cut
and
them up
thin.
fairly thin. We're gonna take some ginger, and I'm gonna say probably about 3/4 teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Just make a little mixer, and just put enough in there to kind of mix that up. And you're making it, it's just a little cucumber salad, but it has that ginger flavor.
Do you want all of them or not?
Yeah, let's get as many as we can in there. This is almost a whole, pretty good sized cucumber. We mix that up and set it in the fridge for about an hour or so. Now you could put some red pepper flakes in there if you want. We're just gonna let that soak that up.
Smells good.
Doesn't smell good. Just turn it over every now and then so it all gets absorbed equally. And let's clean this up and we'll come
Okay.
back. We're gonna have a nice meal.
Yum.
I'm Lardo,
And I'm Burley,
and we're the Moron Brothers. Got a frog in my throat.
All right, I got some bad news here. I hate to share it, but I need to. It's fresh off the press. It says here, please join me in remembering a great icon of the entertainment community here in America, the Pillsbury Doughboy. died yesterday from a yeast infection and complications from too many pokes in the belly. He was 71. Doughboy was buried in a lightly greased coffin. Dozens of celebrities turned out to pay their respects, including Mrs. Butterworth, Hungry Jack, Betty Crocker, and Hostess Twinkies. Aunt Jemima delivered the said some kind words about the Doughboy, and Loveliness described him as a man who never knew how much he was needed. Doughboy rose quickly in show business, but his later life was filled with turnovers. He was not considered to be a very smart cookie, wasting much of his dough on half-baked schemes. Despite being a little flaky at times, he was a crusty old man and was considered by millions to be a role model. Doughboy survived by his wife, Play-Doh. 2 children, John Doe and Jane Doe. Plus he had one in the oven. He is also survived by his elderly father, Pop-Tart. The funeral was held at 3:50 for 30 minutes.
It's late, Mrs. Farmer.
But that looks delicious.
Are you tired?
I'm tired, but I'm starving. We haven't eaten.
What do you think? How's it look?
It looks better than what we had the other day.
Better?
It does look better. I like
All right,
it.
well, you know what? I'm going to let you make yours. Oh, you know what? Let me garnish this just a little bit right here.
All right. So you want a little bit of everything?
You make yours first.
Okay.
I want you to make it just like you like it.
All right, I can't even wrap it. I made it too big. That's good.
Is this good?
Mm-hmm. That's really
Now, see,
good.
here's what you can do. You can go to any restaurant in the world and you can kind of taste something. That might not be exactly like what they do, but you know what?
That's
that was
good.
so good.
Do you want a bite of this one or you want your own?
You know what? I may as well.
Those noodles are good too. I like it. I like it a lot. That's healthy because as we got the lettuce, we're being healthy.
You know
Right?
what?
We're being healthy.
Don't be afraid to try new things. Now this may seem a little unusual outside of this,
Yeah.
the country kitchen realm, but it was so good. And I said, I want folks out there to be able to try this.
Yeah.
All these ingredients, every ingredient we have here is easily found in any store. Nothing fancy, nothing special. Ooh, it's got a little heat in it too.
That'd be fun to have friends over and just sit and all eat
That
this.
would be
Oh,
fun.
that's good.
Now there's one more thing I want to do. Now, I fixed a bunch of chicken with
Mm-hmm. You did.
recipes
You made
in
a
mind.
lot of chicken.
With recipes in mind. And I wanted to show you how to cut that chicken in half because, you know, you go to a lot of restaurants, you say you want a half a
Right.
chicken.
That's
now
what
we
you
know
get.
how to do that. So we have chicken left. So how about tomorrow, maybe our allergies won't be so bad and we'll be a little more awake.
Yeah.
And I got a chicken Southwest kind of deal for you. What do
Yeah.
you think?
I would love to
Dig
try
it?
it. I'm gonna
I'm
eat
gonna fix
this.
me one. Now, remember we said we're going to come back and do some Southwest chicken?
I do remember that.
Well, we had a change in plans because
we did.
Grandma Nikki had knee surgery.
She did.
So we had to go to Michigan.
And she did really well.
She did really well. She's
Yes.
up walking. She, you know, some people have a tough time with it.
Right.
Some people are pretty quick.
Yes, she did good.
Grandma was quick. But on the way back, we saw these little urchin hitchhikers on the side of the road. We practiced that for a long time.
Yes, we did.
And it worked out better
It
than
did
nothing.
pretty good. Can you stay up now? You can stay up.
Come here, come here.
You have to stay up
Come
now.
here, hitchhiker. All right, you sit up here because the kids see.
Here, turn around. Put your butt up on the counter now.
All right,
All right,
there.
here, sit by Papa.
All right,
Okay.
there. All right.
Come here,
All
sit right here.
There we go.
Okay.
And when is planned? Not. All right. So here's the deal. Our menu is going to slightly alter this coming week.
It's gonna be all macaroni and cheese.
I can pretty much imagine there's going to be heavy on the sandwiches and macaroni
Yeah.
and cheese and maybe some ice cream. Ice cream?
Do we
You
need
want ice cream? Ice cream. You watching Kelly?
and
All
lots
right.
of candy?
So let me ask you, what would you like for dinner this week?
Candy.
What?
Candy.
Candy?
No, what would you like
No,
good
seriously,
to
what would
eat?
you like? Like pizza?
Pizza!
Like steaks? Or what?
Steak!
Pork chops?
Yes!
Eggs?
Yay!
I think it's a little too
Like
exciting.
a breakfast?
Yeah!
And what would you like?
Chicken,
Chicken?
pizza, ice cream,
This is going to be a
Mac and
fun week.
Yes, a lot
what
of mac
else?
and cheese.
food.
Food.
Have you got a macaroni and cheese recipe? In all seriousness.
Yeah.
It sounded actually pretty good
Yeah,
because
she
I
has
was
a good-
asking her not too long ago. So it might change just a little bit.
It's gonna.
Yeah.
My diet's going to be shot this week.
Okay.
I just know it is.
Okay.
Because we had Doritos and Oreos in this
Yes,
house.
yes, we do.
Which we're not supposed to do.
That's right.
So anyway, put on a brave face.
Okay. We can make it through the week.
It's going to be very busy. And we have some interesting recipes coming up.
Yes,
By
we
the
do.
time next week ends, you'll see me weigh maybe 10 pounds more.
Okay. Yes, that's
Probably.
worth it though. It'd be fun.
It's all easy to
Now, if you were going to go to our Facebook page, it's almost impossible to get on. How would you get on there? What would you do?
What would you do to get on there?
fight.
He'd fight.
He'd fight to
He'd
get
fight
on
or hit
there.
like. He was close.
Would you hit like?
Hit like.
Hit like. How would you do it, Grandma?
A noodle.
He'd hit a noodle.
A
I'd
noo-
hit
okay,
like,
you hit
not a
like.
noodle.
Maybe you want to do a recipe. Maybe a pecan encrusted trout. Where would you go?
TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com.
She is so
It's
smart.
amazing.
She's a smart kid.
Astounding. So intelligent. TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. And if you hit that little red button that says subscribe, every time we get a new recipe, it'll pop right up in your email. So, it's going to be an interesting week.
Yes, it is. It's gonna be a fun week. A
Do
lot
we
of
have
swimming.
nerve pills?
I have nerve pills for you, Papa. You'll be good.
This is going to be fun. We got animals. We got new fence that's going to be put
That's right.
up so we can visit the dogs. We got food. We got
That's
all
right.
kinds of
We're gonna
exciting
eat.
stuff going on. And I'm just going to get prepared.
Okay, we'll have fun.
Stretch my belly. Grandma, how'd you like the lettuce wraps?
That was so good. I want
Wasn't
more.
that delicious?
That was delicious. Very delicious.
So our show is ending. That means a half hour's up.
Right?
I know
So at the end of
what
it-
love it is.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we got to remember, it's all about
Good times,
good
good friends, and
good
good
eats.
eats.
It's going to be a fun week.
Yes, it is. Let's go eat.
Okay.
To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com.